in my pocket. I don't want parts of your wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First down throw for Prescott. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
The Cowboy first down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Something apparently not feeling right to Garoppolo, so he'll step back and take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Check 55, Mike. I got you. 11. Hey, check right. Watch 65. Check 3. Slam. 6 guys. 21. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Room here to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At the 25-yard line.
21. Watch the twitch.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 21-yard line.
He's checking. 13.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
Check. Hey, watch it. Hey, gun. He's coming. We got double up. 11.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
54's Mike. I got you. 21. Check 99. Check 43. Check 3.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel on a touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, it was 4th down, so there was pressure to begin with, and then you make a one-handed catch like that. What a play.
Just when you thought your blood pressure couldn't get any higher after having called for it on 4th down, you see a one-handed catch being attempted. I'm sure it spiked at that point for all the guys on that side of the field, and instead they get a chance to celebrate. What a tremendous catch, bringing it down for the touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Runner in on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elliott. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it here. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, You would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Hey, gun. Check 55 to Mike.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
Ooh,
touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 55 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is just... And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And that'll make it 13-7.
Is good. Makes the score Niners 13. Cowboys 7. Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A lane there to run as Mostert able to get about 7 there on first down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Check 55, Mike. Rip block. Switch it. Come on, switch it. One, Omaha. Get out. 11.
They'll try it now with Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 40. The 30.
I'm going to show
10,
you, man.
Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers add on to their lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
No good.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Pollard. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Let him know. Check it out. Whip. Watch the whip. So we're going to 54 right here. Then we're going to 53. Check.
Now Pollard. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott over the middle. Cooper with it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. 16 yards, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
On second down, it's Pollard. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Richard Sherman on the tackle.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Third down.
Run for Pollard. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now Prescott on fourth down. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
12, fellas, here we go. Check 15, check 15. Check 13, check 13.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. Winds up. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
For the point after.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Now Pollard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
On first down, Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Just like that. Just like that. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Watch the shit. 65, 65. 21, 21. Here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hatchet, hatchet. 11. He's cracked.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. It's a run with Mostert. They'll try and run it here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Now Pollard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Watch twitch. 11. Go ahead.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
45-yard line.
Check 24. Then we're going to 53. Rush in. He's trying to take.
On 1st down, Pollard. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Pollard, the ball carrier. Fred Warner in on.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
9 at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Mike's by four. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Let's go. Come on, boys. Come on.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Brings their line to kick off for Dallas.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Here's Richie James on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't get...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race.
They are not ready for
across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 79 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
21.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here's Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Hey, tight. Mike, 5. Hey, gun. Come on, D. Check 43. Check 3.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Ball carrier. Sean Lee on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Under crunch. Shoot. Switch.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Mike, 55. Right there. 21.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Hey, check 24. 21. Check.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Hey, alert 3. 2. Check 26. Switch. 1, Omaha. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 1, Omaha.
They'll run with Mostert. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
Bring it. Check 9. Check. Tighten up. Big alert. Big edge. Hey, check 9.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 3 yards out. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
18-yard line.
13.
Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Lucky. White. Under 10. 2. Check. Out.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo rolling to his right. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. It's caught at the 10. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
7.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go. Lock 3. Check. Hey, alert.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers continue to roll. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now Pollard. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Pollard on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go. It's 20! 55. Yeah, Kiwi's trash. Let's go. Tight go, tight go, tight go. 12. 36. 65, 65. Jim. Check 50, check 50. 11.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Kill. 21. Here we go. I got this. 21. Mike, 55.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 8-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down, Cowboys.
Check. Watch 54. Set the tone, defense.
Throwing. Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He's going up top for Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Cowboy 1st down.
Check Mike 54. Watch the run.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 25
yards that time.
Dallas.
Here's Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Zuerlein connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now James returning. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Check. He's 13. Check 52. Watch that. Shift. Check 3. Check 3. 11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
36-yard line.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Prescott to throw him. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Cowboys.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The ball carrier. Fred Warner in on the tackle.
Here's Pollard again. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
65. Rush in. 47. Rush in. He's checking.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nick Bosa. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go. Watch the twist. Hey, gun. Check. I got them. 11. Watch it. He's coming. We got double up. Shit. 21. Wide. Get wide. 2.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Hey, gun. White. Check 3. Sponge. 21.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Well, now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Watch 54. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. He's coming. Double up. 21. Double up. Undercrunch. Shoot.
To throw is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Cowboys 14. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And that will write a finish to this ball game.